afternoon. I will present some statistical issues to consider when designing your study to build a corpus for lexicon-based information extraction. A large proportion of information extraction via NLP is based on lexicons. Parameters we need to consider when designing a lexicon are its size, the document's word length, the prevalence of non-stop words, the unique tokens, and the word length distributions. A PubMed search identified 38 articles describing the process of building specific lexicons. We could group these articles into 4 main areas: radiology, other medicine, language, and general content. The table shows how the number of tokens composing these lexicons is highly variable across and within the areas, with those related to language having the largest number of terms. The literature regarding statistical design aspects for lexicons is limited. 2 manuscripts present sample size estimation, that is, the number of documents to build a corpus, based on a Poisson distribution. These model the probability that a sample will contain 1 or more instances of the token of interest. Jockett developed further the initial work by Ellegard by focusing on the capture probability for each token given its length. The easiest way to use Jockett derivation is to propagate uniformly the desired capture probability, let's say 0.95, throughout the different token probabilities, grouping these by token size. However, this is not the only way and can be as flexible as needed depending on the token frequency and our interest in specific tokens. As an example, let's say that we would like to build a corpus for words based on the toxic substances and disease registry, and would like to determine how many documents should we peruse. The identified glossary has 166 terms. We need to estimate the frequency distribution of tokens. For this, we use PubMed with over 33 million records as of 2022. Most of the 166 terms present a frequency between 1 per 100 to 1 per million. That is, these are highly frequent terms when we compare this distribution with that of the Thorndike and Large English list, in which most of the 53,000 terms have frequencies of 1 per 100,000 or less. We can also examine the advantages of a targeted universe of documents. This was created by limiting the PubMed records to journals containing the term portions environ or toxical and their derivatives, in which the terms sought were more likely to appear. This reduced the PubMed universe to 1% of its total size. With this, just 1% of records, 55% of the tokens in our sought corpus increase in occurrence by 1 to 2 orders of magnitude, at the expense of 4 terms that decrease in frequency 1 order of magnitude, and 11 terms that we could not find. These were originally at a frequency of 1 per million or less. Working out the frequencies of occurrence for each token and grouping them by their length, we can estimate using Jockett derivation the average frequency per token length, and with this, the corpus size also per token length. We selected the 0.95 capture probability. The graph summarizes the result using 2 distributions, one based on the whole PubMed corpus in light brown, and one based on the targeted PubMed corpus in red. Based on the whole database, we will require a corpus of 23,000 documents to be able to identify all the 166 tokens. 8,000 documents only if based on the targeted corpus, about 1/3 of the work. If we are willing to spare the 5 terms of length 17 with very small frequencies, we would need only 6,600 documents based on the whole PubMed and 2,100 records based on the targeted corpus. The comparisons of corpus specialization indicates that targeted universe of documents will minimize the sample size required to build a complete corpus with desired specifications.